How's it going, guys? Anyway, I skipped ahead because the rest of it would have just been me running around looking for the key like a dumbass, but it was back where I killed the guard near the door, so I found it eventually after 40 minutes, and I didn't want you guys to watch it, so here we go.
I can't
How's it going,
understand
Beckett?
why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient corpse. This city's not that dull.
Beckett, what are you doing here?
I'm an archaeologist, so I thought I'd indulge in a quick study of this Ankaran sarcophagus everyone's so riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it, is that it's a mummified Mesopotamian king. I needed confirmation.
Did you get to examine it at all?
Oh, I really wish I had. All this speculation about the sarcophagus containing an antediluvian and being a portent of Gehenna is making me cringe. These are the kinds of ridiculous, superstitious assumptions I came here to debunk.
Gehenna?
Armageddon, doomsday, the end of all kindred. It's a common facet of most mythologies. Fear that the world will end. Many believe Cain and the antediluvians will return to consume or destroy all kindred. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Are there any other signs?
What prophecy doesn't have vague apocryphal signs? Let's see. The usual ones cited are the appearance of thin bloods, Cain sightings, doom, gloom, that route.
Why don't you believe in Gehenna?
As I said, many cultures have the fear of some form of apocalypse. Kindred believed in these stories when they were human, and naturally carried them over into kindred myth. But it doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree? Such is my argument, which so frequently falls on deaf ears.
You mentioned the Thin Bloods?
Thin bloods. They're a fascination of mine. They are considered a weaker, more human-like kindred, hence the name, Thin Blood. But they are sired same as any of us. I've heard a large concentration of them live in this city. They're one of the reasons I'm in Los Angeles.
Can you tell me more about Thin Bloods?
Thin Bloods rarely exhibit features or powers of their clan, and many can't embrace. Some are even rumored to have reproduced. Many kindred are terrified that their weak blood heralds the dissipation of every bloodline. Somewhat of an ignorant reactionary response, don't you think?
Who's Cain?
Cain is the biblical first kindred and founder of the mythological first city, Enoch, a place where kindred and kine coexisted. I believe Cain's a figure concocted to personify the transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most, has been twisted by time.
This is all fascinating stuff. How long have you been studying kindred lore?
For 300 years I've been trying to determine the function of our existence, the kindred's role in the world. I'm not content to attribute it to some act of supernatural biblical vengeance. We exist for a reason, and if it takes another 300, I'll figure it out. Any thoughts?
We're demons, and the blood of the world is ours to take freely, Beckett. If you do not agree with me, then, well, you will be destroyed in the coming of the true Lord Set.
That's a dangerous mindset to adopt. Humans have rejected the notion that they are animals in a delicate ecosystem, and as a result have wreaked havoc on the planet. And Sabbat cities are hardly a utopia for kindred or kine.
Maybe my behavior has been a little out of control. I enjoy this life. At least that's what I'm telling you anyway, you psychopath. Not really.
Life's a splendid thing to indulge in. Pity we're dead. Well, my work here's stolen away into the night. Think I'll do the same.
Goodbye, Beckett. Thank you for listening to my problems, because my father never did. So anyway, now that we're free to do whatever the hell we want, we have to go back to LaCroix and break the news to him, so, you know, this never ends well. I mean, come on now, people, it never ends well. So, you know, let's enter through the front doors, talk to Chunk, because we all know we gotta talk to him before we can even go upstairs. How's it going, Chunk?
Excuse me, starting to doze off there. Well, I need to get a guard animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective? Oh, that monkey always gets his man.
Croy's expecting me.
What? Oh, yeah, Mr. LaCroix's expecting you. For a young guy, he sure likes to work late. Me, I spent most of my youth in the entertainment industry. Yeah, I guarded the sets for over 6 top 10 TV shows.
We'll talk later, Chunk. Excuse me. I'll see you around, broski. Even though sometimes I wish I could just kill you, but you know, other than that, you're a pretty nice person who talks about funny things, which lightens my mood, even though I know I'm about to get scolded by this asshole. How's it going, LaCroix?
The folly of leadership is knowing that no matter what you do, behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one, and that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss. I pronounce the blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions no one else will. Leadership. I wear the albatross and a bullseye.
What is this about?
The blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez for the murder of Alistair Grout will be called. Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head they will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising attendant, has relieved me of one encumbrance tonight. Do you need assistance bringing the sarcophagus up to my office?
About the sarcophagus, it was stolen.
Stolen? Stolen? How? Who would... Oh, Gary. Gary, you treasonous maggot. I should have anticipated your treachery, sewer rat. The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake.
The Nos?
I want him found. I want him... found. The sarcophagus could be exploited, causing who knows what catastrophe to this city. If it were to fall into the wrong hands...
I'll find Gary in the sarcophagus.
The Nosferatu lurk in the filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's baron is an anarch named Isaac. Isaac's more civil than the anarchs downtown, but nonetheless he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve. He may know how to contact the Nosferatu. Find Gary and get him to talk. That sarcophagus could be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now, I must announce the blood hunt and bear the brunt of all consequences. Escort him out. ...
Yeah, nobody ever expects that. But anyway, you know what this means, kiddos. We get to go to Hollywood. Unfortunately, not for vacation, though. Even though I wouldn't mind going to it on vacation. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was thinking about buying some humanity since, you know, my shit's pretty low. But yeah, who cares? I kinda like having low humanity. It reminds me of my childhood and of the evil bastard I am becoming. But you know, who cares? So you know what this means, kiddos. Let's go talk to the taxi cab driver. How's it going, broski? You know what, forget that. I'm gonna go down the street. Screw Hollywood. You know why I'm gonna say screw Hollywood? Because I like pie. Not really. In all honesty, I wanted to go see my haven, you know. Do. What's... okay, level 4 phobia. Anyway, phobia is probably your most useful Serpentis ability. It's like a multi-Eye of the Serpent ability, except that the damage doesn't break once you use it on somebody. So, you know, you can pretty much freeze a group of people and then just pound the crap out of them, kill them all. It's pretty useful. Especially later on in the game, trust me, it will like save your ass more times than you can count. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know why the hell I went in the club confession. I just like went in there and I'm like, you know what? She probably doesn't have my money yet, so I'm gonna leave. So, you know, I run down the street, go to Skyline Apartments. And you know what I've always wondered? Like, no, never mind. Like, what's the point of Empire Hotel? I mean, it has like all that free space that's never been used for anything really. You know, it has like the dance floor and whatnot, but it's kind of pointless going there, ain't it? I mean, like, what are you gonna do? You can't feed in there, it's too damn crowded. It's just like a decoration or something to make it feel more lively, I guess, but you know. Oh, and I didn't know what floor the Haven was on, so I felt kind of stupid doing this, but oh well. You know. I ain't got much to talk about. Ugh. Still have this cough though, and that's a pain in the ass. I thought it was on the 6th floor, but I guess I was wrong, you know. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I could do Heather's School not Heather's School, but you know that one quest, the Plague Bearer one too. So I'll see you guys next time.